श्री प्रभुपाद की। इस्कॉन पीढ़ी पौंडर आचार्य श्री भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवृतकाचार्य अष्टोदश डिवाइन ग्रेस श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर श्री प्रभुपाद की। नित्य लीला भविष्य गौर किशोरदास बाबाजी महाराज की। सच्चिदानंद भक्तिवेदांत ठाकुर की। श्री जगन्नाथ बाबाजी महाराज की। श्री रूप सनातन भट्टदास श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दासदास गोस्वामी वृंद की। प्रेम से हो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की। श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रमयी की। श्री श्री निताय गौर सुंदर की। श्री श्री बला नरसिंहदेव भगवान की। श्री श्री राधा माधव की। श्री गुरुवायूरप्पन स्वामी की। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपिनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की। ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की। नवदीप मायापुर धाम की। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की। नमाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की। पति पवन श्री गोपाल की। श्री गुरुदेव की। all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. हरे कृष्णा वत्तुमूली अतुनै அன்பர்களையும் பக்தர்களையும் இஸ்கான் கோயில் திருக்கோயிலுக்கு ஜெகநாதர் திருக்கோயிலுக்கு வருக வருக என்று வரவேற்கின்றோம். இன்னும் சில நொடி பொழுதுகளில் பெருமதிப்புக்குரிய திரு ஸ்ரீனிவாசரி பிரபு ஞாயிறு சிறப்பு உபன்யாசத்தினை அளித்திட கேட்கப்பட்டிருக்கலாம். ஆகவே வந்திருக்கக்கூடிய பக்தர்கள் பொறுமையாக இருந்து உபன்யாசத்தினை கேட்டு பின்பு பிரசாதம் எடுத்துக் கொண்டு செல்லுமாறு தாங்களுடன் கேட்டுக்கொள்ளப்படுகிறார்கள். திருக்கோயில் இருக்கக்கூடிய பக்தர்கள் கண்டிப்பாக முகக்கவசம் அணிந்திருக்க வேண்டும் என்று பரிந்துரைக்கப்படுகிறார்கள். அதுபோல நிற்கும் பொழுதும் சரி அமர்ந்திருக்கும் பொழுதும் சரி நாம் சமூக இடைவெளியை கடைபிடித்து ஒவ்வொரு கைகளை கழுவி தூய்மைகளை கடைபிடிக்க வேண்டும் என்று மீண்டும் அனைவரும் நினைவுபடுத்தப்படுகிறார்கள். Request all the devotees to kindly follow the recommendations of COVID situation and please maintain social distancing and please wear mask throughout. And few moments from now on we will have His Grace Srinivasari Prabhu delivering Sunday feast discourse. We request all of you to stay back here, participate in the discourse and then only leave. Thank you for coming and being with us. We bring to all of your kind notice that all the programs happening in the temple is being broadcasted live in ISKCON Coimbatore Facebook and in the YouTube. We request and recommend all of you to take advantage of many wonderful discourses and the temple Aarthi special programs being telecasted, beamed live in the net. And for more details and information, please do contact at the information booth of the devotees. Thank you. Hare Krishna. प्रभुपाद की पति पवन गुरुदेव की गोविंदे। Hare Rama,
நீ லைவ் கொண்டு வாங்க ஜூம்ல ஜூம் பண்ணி ஸ்கிரீன் கொண்டு வாங்க.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Stotra Sadasri Srimad
His Divine Grace, Bhai Charana Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki, Devam Vishnupad Paramahams Parivrajagacharya Ashtottara Sadasri Srimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Tagore Srila Prabhupada Ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Tagore Ki, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ षड गोस्वामी वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की, ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की, मायापुर नवदीप धाम की, जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, मथुरा धाम की, जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्र महारानी की, श्री श्री निताई गौर सुंदर की, श्री श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, श्री श्री राधा माधव की, श्री कृष्ण भगवान की, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की, हरि नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की, पतित पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki, chapter 18, text 55. Bhaktyamam abhijanadi yavan yaschasmi tattvadah tado mam tattvado jnatva vishadedat anandaram. Bhaktyamam abhijanadi yavan yaschasmi tattvadah tado mam tattvado jnatva vishadedat anandaram. Bhaktya mam abhijanadi yavan yaschasmi tattvadah tado mam tattvado jnatva vishadedat anandaram. Translation: one can understand me as I am, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of me by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. Therefore, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna and his plenary portions cannot be understood by mental speculation nor by the non-devotees. If anyone wants to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he has to take to pure devotional service under the guidance of a pure devotee. Otherwise, the truth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead will always be hidden. As already stated in Bhagavad Gita 7.25, Nagam Prakashataruhasya, he is not revealed to everyone. No one can understand God simply by erudite scholarship or mental speculation. Only one who is actually engaged in Krishna consciousness and devotional service can understand what Krishna is. University degrees are not helpful. One who is fully conversant with the Krishna science becomes eligible to enter into the spiritual kingdom, the abode of Krishna. Becoming Brahman does not mean that one loses his identity. Devotional service is there, and as long as devotional service exists, there must be God, the devotee, and the process of devotional service. Such knowledge is never vanquished, even after liberation. Liberation involves getting free from the concept of material life. In spiritual life, the same distinction is there, the same individuality is there, but in pure Krishna consciousness. One should not mistakenly think that the word Vishade enters into me supports the monist theory that one becomes homogeneous with the impersonal Brahman. No, Vishade means that one can enter into the abode of the Supreme Lord in one's individuality to engage in his association and render service unto him. For instance, a green bird enters a green tree not to become one with the tree, but to enjoy the fruits of the tree. Impersonalists generally give the example of a river flowing into the ocean and merging. This may be a source of happiness for the impersonalist, but the personalist keeps his personal individuality like an aquatic in the ocean. We find so many living entities within the ocean. If we go deep, surface acquaintance with the ocean is not sufficient. One must have complete knowledge of the aquatics living in the ocean depths. Because of his pure devotional service, a devotee can understand the transcendental qualities and opulences of the Supreme Lord. In truth, as it is stated in the 11th chapter, only by devotional service can one understand. The same is confirmed here. One can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead by devotional service and enter into his kingdom. After attainment of the Brahma Buddha stage of freedom from material consumptions, devotional service begins by one's hearing about the Lord. When one hears about the Supreme Lord, automatically the Brahma Buddha stage develops. And material contamination, greediness, and lust for sense enjoyment disappears. As lust and desires disappear from the heart of a devotee, he becomes more attached to the service of the Lord. And by such attachment, he becomes free from material contamination. In that state of life, he can understand the Supreme Lord. This is the statement of Srimad Bhagavatam also. After liberation, the process of bhakti or transcendental service continues. The Vedanta Sutra confirms this. Aprayana tatravi hidrishtam. This means that after liberation, the process of devotional service continues. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, real devotional liberation is defined as the reinstatement of the living entity in his own identity, his own constitutional position. The constitutional position is already explained. Every living entity is a part and parcel of fragmental portion of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, his constitutional position is to serve. After liberation, this service is never stopped. Actual liberation is getting free from misconceptions of life. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Chalakaya Chakshurunmilidam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Jayapada Goswamin Niti Namini Namacharya Padaya Nutai Kripa Pradayine Gaura Gada Damadaya Nagarat Gramadharini Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavari Paschatya Desadharini Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, this is a very important sloka. Srila Prabhupada has quoted this sloka in several lectures. In the previous sloka, it's mentioned Brahma Buddha Prasannatma Ashochati Nakankshati Samastarveshu Bhudeshu Madbhaktim Labade Param. So interesting topic actually. Jnani is actually a pure jnani. He is reaching maximum Brahma Buddha stage. Brahma Buddha means that is getting freed from the bodily conception of life and understanding that I am spirit soul. I am not a body and I don't have any connection with the material world. This in this understanding, a pure jnani, he will be established. That is called Brahma Buddha stage. So in the previous sloka, Krishna is saying that if anyone reaches Brahma Buddha stage, he will be actually happy. Prasannatma. Prasannatma means he will be happy. And na shochati, na kankshati. He will not have kankshati, desires. And sochati. Sochati means lamentation. So Srila Prabhupada has mentioned in several lectures that material life means sochati and kankshati. These two principles are very active in the material life. Kankshati means desiring, material desires. When the material desires are not fulfilled, then sochati, lamentation. Lamentation. This is going on. This is the influence of Maya. So the pure jnani is freed from the sochati and kankshati. Both is freed. Both from material desires and from lamentation. Because he understands thoroughly that I am Brahma Buddha, I am spirit soul. So I don't need anything from this material world. Yes, this is very great stage compared to Karmi. This Brahma Buddha stage is definitely great. So it is very rare to see a pure jnani also in Kali Yuga. Or perfect jnani is very difficult to see. Samasarveshu Bhudeshu, a pure jnani, he will see everyone equally. For him, there is no differentiation. He is a poor man, he is a rich man, he is very famous. Like that, these type of material distinctions he will not see because he is situated in the Atma platform. That is the meaning of Brahma Buddha. So Samasarveshu Bhudeshu. Then Krishna is saying, Mad Bhaktim Labade Param. Very interesting point. After that only, one can attain bhakti towards Krishna. Krishna Bhakti, Mad Bhaktim. Labade Param. Right? Yes. Unto the Supreme, Transcendental. So Labade means gaining, obtaining. So jnani, it means, yes, jnani, pure jnani has reached Brahma Buddha stage, but in order to get Krishna Bhakti, actually some devotees' contact is required. A pure devotee has to approach him and he should explain all the intricacies of Krishna Bhakti, how Krishna is having beautiful transcendental form, how Krishna is residing permanently in his Goloka Vrindavana, and what are all the transcendental qualities Krishna is possessing, how devotees are developing pure love for Krishna, and how devotees can take part in Krishna's Leela, how Krishna is reciprocating with devotees just to taste his love. All these actually is a different world, completely different world. This jnani, he does not know because he is thinking that Lord is not having form. Actually, the absolute truth, Parabrahman, is only consists of actually transcendental bliss, effulgence, transcendental effulgence. That is what actually jnani is concluding. So since he is thinking that there is no form for the Lord, then actually he cannot. This is important point, because he is not doing bhajana kriya. Bhajana kriya means practicing the elements of bhakti. Practicing the elements of bhakti. Yes, Navavida bhakti is there. That is Shravanam, hearing about Krishna's transcendental glories. Kirtanam, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Kirtanam, chanting Krishna's names, describing Krishna's pastimes, and Smaranam, remembering Krishna's beautiful transcendental qualities and Krishna's pastimes, remembering all these things. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, serving the Lord's lotus feet. Archanam, worshipping Krishna. Vandanam, doing namaskar to Krishna. Dasyam, accepting Krishna as a master and treating oneself as a servant, and engaging in Krishna's service. Dasyam, then Sakyam, treating Krishna as the friend. Sakyam, Dasyam, Atmanivedanam. So Atmanivedanam means completely dedicating everything to Krishna, to Krishna's service. So these are all actually 9 types of bhakti. Prahlad Maharaja is explaining in Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, Jnani, he is not having any experience in this. Is actually the entire 9 types of bhakti is called bhajana kriya, or devotional service, practicing the elements of bhakti, performing devotional service. It is called bhajana kriya. So since Jnani is not having this experience, because he is not practicing bhajana kriya, he cannot go beyond the Brahmabhuta stage. So he cannot experience the transcendental relationship with the devotee and Krishna, and how a devotee is enjoying the loving exchange with the Lord. That actually Jnani cannot understand because he is not practicing any bhakti. So that's why a Jnani, in order to become a pure devotee, actually he has to be approached by another pure devotee of the Lord. Only by the mercy of a devotee, he will get to know about the minute details of Krishna Bhakti, and he can practice. So that's why Krishna is saying, Mad Bhaktim Lavade Param. After that, he is attaining Krishna Bhakti. Krishna Bhakti. Bhakti means literally Bhakti means developing love for Krishna. Developing love for Krishna. So Mad Bhaktim Avade Param, that is transcendental. That is completely spiritual, divine, developing love for Krishna. So that that is the final stage. Okay, this is Jnani state. So that means if Jnani, if he is not meeting any devotee of the Lord, then he cannot experience, technically, he cannot experience ruchi, asakti, bhava, and prema. Ruchi means taste for the Lord, asakti, attachment to Krishna, extreme attachment to Krishna, then bhava, the preliminary stage of love of Godhead, and prema, that is pure love for Krishna. So these 4 stages, Jnani, he does not know. But for a devotee, Prabhupada is writing in the purport, but for a devotee, what is happening? Yes, he should also reach Brahmabhuta stage. But the interesting difference is, devotee, from the beginning itself, he is actually practicing the elements of bhakti. There is a difference between practicing the elements of bhakti and attaining bhakti. 2 differences there. Attaining bhakti means, yes, he has attained love for Krishna. That is the final stage. But a practitioner of bhakti yoga, he is simply practicing the 9 stages of 9 types of bhakti. 9 types of bhakti he is practicing. That is bhajana kriya. So this is a plus point of devotee. Yes, he has not reached the Brahmabhuta stage. Yes, actually, we are all chanting Hare Krishna mantra. We are worshipping Krishna. We are spreading Krishna's glories, remembering Krishna. All these things we are doing, but we have not reached Brahma Buddha stage. So, what is Brahma Buddha stage for a devotee? Actually, Prabhupada is writing, devotee also is reaching this Brahma Buddha stage, yet it has to come. That is actually Nishta. Nishta. Nishta means, this is very nice. First, Adav Shraddha, a devotee is coming with little faith, having little faith, tender faith is having towards Krishna. So, with that is coming, Adav Shraddha. Again, this Shraddha, this faith, how it is developed for a devotee, actually in this material world, everybody is having faith on the material endeavors only. When they face any difficulties, naturally they will tend to depend on their material intelligence only. The faith is not there strongly on Krishna. This is the status of the materialistic people or conditioned souls here. So, how a devotee is getting faith? By performing, unknowingly performing devotional service. Unknown devotional service. That's called Ajnana Sukriti. It is Jagannath Balaram Subhadra is coming in the chariot, Ratha Yatra. Once in a year, they are celebrating Ratha Yatra. So, in Terkoti, in town hall, right? So, Jagannath Balaram Subhadra is coming in the chariot. And some new people who does not know anything about spiritual life, anything about bhakti, he does not know. So he simply comes out curiously and is watching what is going on, what is this, who is sitting in the top of the chariot, and what devotees are doing, what these people are doing. So he simply curiously is just watching. This is called unknown devotional service. Unknowingly is performing one devotional service. But he does not know. He does not know the philosophy, everything. So this unknown devotional service, it is accumulated for many births. When it is accumulated, the effect of the unknown devotional service is actually one particular janma. He will develop faith on the Lord. Strong faith on the Lord he will develop. It is not actually strong faith. Actually, some faith he will develop. That is Komala Shraddha. It's called tender faith. So because of that faith, right, he is associating with devotees, sadhu sangha. So how he is associating with devotees? When he meets devotees, actually he will ask questions. Okay, Krishna, how Krishna is the Supreme Lord? And what is the definition for Bhagavan? All these things actually he is learning. And who am I? And why I am undergoing this material life? When will I go back to Krishna's planet, Goloka Vrindavana? And what is the process? Everything actually he is learning in the association of devotees. That is the meaning of sadhu sangha. Tat sangha will say. So sadhu sangha means devotee will explain all the minute details of Krishna Bhakti and to this Komala Shraddha, that is having tender faith. So the more he hears from the sadhus, from the devotees, what happens actually? He is developing, the faith is increasing. Very nice actually. Initially his faith is very tender, and more when he hears about Krishna, yes, Krishna's pastimes, yes, Krishna has performed unlimited leelas. Unlimited leelas. Leela Purushottama. Krishna is called Leela Purushottama. Krishna is Eko Devo Nitya Leela Nurakto. Krishna is performing pastimes, Nitya Leela, eternally. Eternally is performing, just to attract the conditioned souls like us. So when actually the Komala Shraddha, that is tender faith, that devotee, if he hears constantly from the devotees what is happening, his faith is increasing. So because of the increase of the faith, he is slowly performing bhajana kriya. Bhajana kriya means devotional service. He is developing that interest. Okay, my constitutional position is I am spirit soul, correct, but I am servant of Krishna. Jnani, he understands that I am spirit soul, but he does not know from where this spirit soul is coming. And who is the master of this all spirit souls? Actually, he does not know. That is why, actually, because of the Maya's trap, Jnani is thinking that I am God. This is the wrong understanding of Jnani. But for a devotee, from the beginning itself, actually, Sadhu Sangha, in the Sadhu Sangha, in the Sat Sangha, devotees are teaching that we are spirit soul, correct? So in both way, in this angle, if we see, both are actually in the same understanding only they are having. Yes, Jnani also is understanding that I am spirit soul. Here, devotee also is understanding I am spirit soul. But the additional truths, actually, devotee is getting. That is, I am spirit soul. Jivera Swarupa Krishna Nityadas. I am servant of Krishna. So because I am servant of Krishna, that he is learning from Sadhu Sangha. So I have to do some service to Krishna. So voluntarily is coming forward to do service to Krishna. This is a nice point actually. See, in this material world, actually, Tatastha, there is another meaning for Tatastha. Yes, we are all called actually Tatastha Sakti in the scripture. Tatastha Sakti, the literal meaning of Tatastha is open for influence. Open for influence. Yes, actually, either we will be attached to Maya or we will be attached to Krishna. Influenced by either Maya or Krishna. So this is the meaning of Tatastha. We have to be attached on something. It is not that we can be detached from everything. It is not possible. It's not possible. That is why Jnani's position is actually artificial. Because Jnani is thinking that I want to be detached from everything. But the natural position of a jiva is he has to be attached to something. So either we have to be attached to Maya. Maya means all the worldly affairs. Varieties are there. Or he has to be attached to Krishna. So depending on something. That is the natural position of a Tatastha Sakti jiva. So open for influence. Okay, so because he is learning that I am servant of Krishna, so he is voluntarily coming forward to serve Krishna. So this is a nice point. Either we can serve Krishna or we can serve Maya. This is our position. We cannot be without service. We can never be without service. We have to do service actually. Yes, if we don't serve Krishna, we will be serving the community, we will be serving the family, we will be serving the nation, then employees, customers. In this way, in varieties of fields actually, we will be serving. Because our constitutional position is, I am a servant. So if we serve Krishna, and then it is called devotional service, and then we are slowly actually reinstating, we are being situated in our natural constitutional position. That is meaning of Bhajana Kriya. So Bhajana Kriya is accepting a spiritual master and taking initiation from him. Voluntarily is doing all these things. Then he is performing devotional service to the Lord under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master. So the more and more, if he does Bhajana Kriya, practicing bhakti, chanting Hare Krishna mantra, yes, hearing about Krishna, spreading Krishna's glories, then worshipping the Lord, cooking for the Lord, so many services, right? So this is the Bhajana Kriya. If we do more and more, then what happens? Our anarthas are getting cleared gradually, proportionately. This is a nice point. Anarthas, what is the meaning of anarthas? Anarthas means unwanted desires. Anarthas are mostly subtle only, unwanted desires. So how anarthas are created? It is actually because of our bodily identification only. Because of our bodily identification only, anarthas, all anarthas are coming. That is why Jnani is very particular that I want to be freed from the bodily identification. Then he is doing this process called neti. Constantly is reminding himself that I am spirit soul, I am not the body. I am different from this. I am different from this. Constantly is reminding. So yes, his vigorous effort is doing, and he is reaching Brahma Buddha. But Aruhya Krichrena Param Padam Tadaha Padandyado Anadruga Yusmadangrayaha. Very nice sloka. Because he is not catching the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Anadruga Yusmadangrayaha. Yes, Aruhya Krichrena, with great difficulty, he is climbing up to Brahmajodi. Brahmajodi means Brahman effulgence. It is emanating from Krishna's transcendental form, unlimited, effulgent layer. So Jnani, he wants to merge in the Brahman effulgence. He is thinking that that is the goal. Yes, he is reaching. Arukya Krichrena Param Padam. Param Padam means Brahman effulgence. Yes, he is reaching Brahman effulgence. But he cannot stay there permanently. Why? Because the Jiva's position is to serve. Jiva has to serve actually. Either he has to serve Krishna or he has to serve Maya. So, but in Brahman effulgence, there is no activity. No activity. He cannot do any service. So he cannot stay permanently in Brahman effulgence. Yes, he is going up to Brahman effulgence. Aruhya. Aruhya means with great effort, with great difficulty, controlling all the senses and performing vigorous tapasya, he is going up to Brahman effulgence. But Param Padam Tadaha Padandiyaraha, he falls down from that place. Why? Because he is not catching the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Because of this mistake, he is falling down from Brahman effulgence. Brahman effulgence actually it is beyond the material universe, very high state. So Jnani is reaching, but he is actually power is falling down from that place. So, but devotee, he also should reach Brahma Buddha stage, but he is reaching Brahma Buddha stage in a different way. In a different way. How? By performing devotional service, by performing bhakti. So the more and more he practices the elements of bhakti, that's why I told Bhajana Kriya means we are practicing the elements of bhakti, but we have not attained bhakti. It's a difference. Attaining bhakti means he has developed extreme attachment for Krishna, deep love for Krishna he has attained. That is the meaning of bhakti. But we are only practicing the elements. That is the meaning of sadhaka, practitioner. So that is the meaning of bhajana kriya. So he is doing more and more and more. His whole lifetime he is spending towards practicing the elements of bhakti and performing varieties of services, right? So proportionately he is getting freed from the anarthas. So when the anartha nivritti is happening, anartha nivritti means completely is freed from all the anarthas. Then he is going to the stage nistha. What is nistha? Nistha is Brahma Buddha stage. Nistha is the Brahma Buddha stage. Because in the nistha stage, for a devotee, when he has reached nistha means he has not developed attachment for the Lord, but at the same time he is not having anarthas. This is neutral stage. So Brahma Buddha also same thing only. Brahma Buddha also, he doesn't have any attachment for the Lord, for a jnani, yeah, and at the same time he is not inclined towards material enjoyment also. The neutral state. So the devotee also is reaching nistha. But the additional advantage is because the devotee is performing bhajana kriya, he is continuously doing practicing the elements of bhakti. Even while he is in nistha stage. So what is the effect? Gradually he is rising to the stage of ruchi, taste for the holy name, taste for the Lord. That is very good. So in the ruchi, asakti, bhava and prema, these four stages only, from these stages only, devotee is experiencing bhakti, actually. Up to nistha, he cannot experience bhakti. He is only practicing the elements of bhakti mechanically. But after nistha, he is experiencing bhakti. Bhakti means that loving feelings that loving feelings for the Lord is gradually manifesting within his heart. So devotees, that is why Srila Prabhupada told that up to anartha nivritti stage, a devotee has to struggle. A devotee has to struggle. Why? Because anarthas will constantly disturb the devotee also because of the bodily identification. So that's why actually Prabhupada several places he told that we are not this body, we are spirit, soul. Constantly he was saying, why not? This is actually, if we are not freed from the bodily identification, any time we will get dragged by the material attractions. That danger is there for a devotee also. That's why Tyaktva Swadharmam Charanam Bhujam Hare Bhajan Apakoda Padettado Yadi. Padettado Yadi. Yes. Devotee, bhajan he is doing. Bhajan means bhakti elements he is practicing. Apakoda Padettado Yadi, because of the immaturity if he falls down. It's mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. So that means why he is falling down, a devotee, why he is falling down? Because of the bodily identification. Only because he has not reached the Nistha stage, Brahmaputra stage. So, but our bhajana kriya, it will remove all our anarthas and we will also reach Nistha stage. That is sure, that is guaranteed. Anarthopasamam sakshat bhakti yogam adokshaje. Yes, Srila Vyasadeva is saying that Sakshat Bhakti Yogam Adokshaje. By performing Bhakti Yoga towards Krishna, then Anartha Upasamam, all Anarthas will be mitigated. Srila Vyasadeva is thinking this. So that is why Chakre Satpada Samhidam. That's why he compiled Srimad Bhagavatam just to encourage all the conditioned souls to perform Bhakti Yoga. So performing Bhakti Yoga is the only solution to get rid of all the anarthas. When anarthas are completely removed, then he is reaching Nistha. That's all. When he reaches Nistha means a devotee will go easily to Ruchi Asakti. Asakti means attachment to the Lord. Bhava, preliminary stage of love of Godhead, and finally extreme, pure love for the Lord. So these four stages, it will come very fast for a devotee after reaching Nistha stage. So up to this Nistha stage, it is a struggle for a devotee also. But here, Krishna is saying, Bhaktyamam Abhijanadi. Bhaktyamam Abhijanadi. This is a very nice point. Again, only through bhakti, Krishna can be understood. Yes, this is the important point. We are only practicing the elements of bhakti. But only if we attain bhakti, then only we can understand Krishna. That's why actually Brahma, Lord Shiva, great demigods, Indra, they all actually got bewildered by seeing the Govinda, small boy in Vrindavan. They thought that is a small boy. So that's why only if we have the pure love for Krishna, if it is manifested in our heart, then we can understand Krishna. Not by simply practicing the elements alone. That's why we have to reach to the stage of Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, those stages. So what is the remedy? More and more practicing the elements, but elements of bhakti. Tivrena bhakti yogena. It's important again. Tivrena bhakti yogena. Bhakti yogena means practice, devotional service in practice. Prabhupada is saying, translating like that. So, Tivrena means vigorously. We have to increase our practice. More chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. More smarana, more remembering Krishna. So, these things actually we have to increase. Rain is coming. I will finish now. If we analyze our 24 hours now, we are spending our maximum time in thinking about the worldly affairs only. So our material content is very heavy internally. Okay, sorry, because rain is coming. Hare Krishna. Thank you.